just yesterday, I said the most inflammatory thing that had ever been said on Instagram, and Instagram let me know that I had said it. Here it is. Am I a communist just because I believe that there should be a 100% tax rate on anyone who earns more than $50 million, which is to say that if you earn $50 million, cool, normal tax rate. And 51 million, that's 1 million directly back to, the government. Yeah. So there should be no billionaires. That's me, just like Stalin. Okay, you probably have some feelings about that very radical thing that I said right there. But wait, before you form an opinion, I want to show you what other people's opinions were of my statement, of my idea. So I asked people to vote, was I a communist? Was I Stalin? Was I Marx incarnate for saying that? Well, basically, 2,375 people voted, and basically all of them said that I'm a communist, and then they let me have it in the comments, explaining how ignorant and stupid and ill-informed and wrong and socialistic and demonic that I actually am for coming up with this. Real of a thought. Okay, and I'm not going to read you every comment because they are very angry. But the theme is, overwhelmingly believe that the idea of taxation writ large is conceptually a bad idea. That taxation is an element of theft, and that people who work really, really hard should be entitled to the fruits of their labor, right? That sounds like a good idea, I guess. But here's the thing. We live in a world, we live in a country that is full of oligarchs, where the top 1% own something like 40% of the wealth in the United States. And I just don't think that's fair. I just don't think that out of 100 people, 1% owns basically everything, and everyone else gets to share this tiny little bit. Just because those people who are rich worked hard, one, they inherit, a lot of them inherit it. A lot of them have a step up to begin with. And when you have a lot of money, they are extracting it from the people at the bottom. This has been the history of the world, going back to kings and monarchs and emperors and empires. And people have been fed up with it historically. In France, they beheaded those people who were at the very top. And yet, in the United States, there's this sensation in our bodies, this feeling that we want fairness, and fairness means that you should not be taxed by the government. And okay, my idea of finding that arbitrary point is, maybe we can argue over what the amount is where I think that people should be taxed at 100%, right? To flip this another way, how much is too much money? If someone had all of the money in the world and all of the power in the world, they got there through their hard work and only through their hard work, would that be right if one person had everything and everyone else had nothing, which we could get to, right? I think most people would be like, no, that's right. That's not right. So at that point, we're agreeing in concept. We just haven't come down to the exact monetary amount.
So we've established my proposal is sound in principle. Now we're just haggling over price.
Okay, now for me, what I think is that you should be taxed. There should be a normal taxation scheme. I can't give you the exact numbers because I'm not a taxation expert, but I think that once you have generational wealth already, right? Once you have so much more money than I, a middle-class dude in Denver, can imagine, and that's for me, that's $50 million. I feel like $50 million is insane. If you can't live a comfortable life on $50 million, you're doing something incredibly wrong. And I don't even know. Is this a yearly $50 million? Is this total assets of $50 million? I will let you discuss and conceive of an idea of what you think is astronomical wealth. But at some point, when we have billionaires and multi-billionaires and people have $600 billion, I'm talking about Elon Musk in that case, who can literally buy elections and be the deciding vote on things, that is wrong. Like that is too much power in one person's hand, and it's because of money. And I would like an arbitrary line wherein someone cannot earn more than astronomical generational wealth. For me, that's $50 million. If it's $100 million for you, okay, cool. We can have that discussion. If it's 20 million, not crazy either. Because most of us earn, I think the median income in America is something like $50,000. You over the course of your lifetime, I don't know the exact number, but something like $2 million of assets at the end of your lifetime at the median would be amazing for most people. Well, there are people out there who have hundreds of thousands of times that money, and that is morally, in my opinion, wrong. And I think that once you're working your butt off to build an industry, right? Like, let's say you wanted to build an electric car company, and you put you conceived of this idea, and you really just put your effort in, and you slept on the floor of your factory, working with your workers to make this great factory. I still think that $50 million is enough for you to have in your bank account at the end of that. And I think when I work, I have a great job. When I work, I do it out of the love, out of the duty that I have to inform the public of my, maybe insane opinions, maybe my communist opinions, but I do it because I love this thing. And I think a lot of people actually enjoy working. We actually want to do this labor. And it is not a communist idea to say that at some point someone can have too much money, because greed at its heart is not good.
Greed, for lack of a better word, is good.
Greed is not a great way to infinitely incentivize someone. And I think that Elon Musk just got some untold billions of dollars from Tesla for some sort of thing that he did there. It was a stock incentive, and it was voted by the shareholders that he needed like hundreds of billions of dollars in a bonus. And that is just an insane amount of money. That's the sort of money that you can buy private militaries. That's the sort of money that you can go into elections and offer to give people lotteries to vote for your candidate, which Elon Musk did. Too much money, too much power concentrated in one person. I want to live in a society that is more egalitarian, that allows me the access to potential freedom in the future. And it would be great if everyone had access to opportunity. But the fact is that we have startling wealth inequality in the United States and around the world. We're beset by oligarchs where the 1% and the 0.02, 0.01 of the 1% control everything. And it'd be great if we could fix that. Now, the last point here, which sort of undermines a little bit of what I said, is I did say we should give that money to the government. It does imply that we need a government that it will spend money in a responsible way towards social programs, towards things that actually help people, and not just funnel money right back into the pockets of the wealthy. Yeah, that is a loop in my logic here, but I do think that we need like drastic government reform that looks out for the people, building infrastructure, making universal health care, housing. We should be able to defend our borders, but not do wars all over the planet. There are ways to structure the government that are better, and you don't need to be a communist to say that there's too much greed at the very top of our society. Okay, that's my controversial view for today. You may be one of the 94% of people who thought that I'm basically Stalin, and in which case, sorry about my Stalinism. I'll do better. From Pokey Bear LLC in Denver, Colorado, this was Scott Carney's Back Channel. And Merry Christmas to all of you people who are about to celebrate Christmas in 2 days. I don't think I'm going to run a big video on my channel this week, because no one's going to watch it, because you're going to be doing other things. So, later.